남는 거 한다고 했었는데 계속 이제 아니 남는 거 한다고 하고 있었는데 마이크가 꺼져 있었어. 아 원래 남는 거 하려고 했었어. 전판에 뭐지? 결국 조져버렸기 때문에.
든든한 거는 루어나와 미야코 중에 하는 게 나은 것 같긴 하고 뭔가 삼직해여가지고 아 그러네 리오도 있구나 저거.
Agreed. Thought of that? Agreed. You thought of that?
껴놓을 때 화해를 어떻게 하지? 좀 그걸 모르겠네.
원견이요?
사립 겨눌 사립으로
What is it
견제올
now?
때 칸달
아 넘어가지고
여기
근데 파에
What is it
없던데.
now?
그러니까 완전 가불기에 아무리 생각해봐도 어떻게 해야 될지 모르겠어. 딴 루트 가도
I must
꺼내보고
hunt soon.
네.
What,
저렇게
mortal?
오면은 좀
Agreed. Greetings.
막을 만한 게
What,
딱히 없는데
mortal?
여기 간 사람이 빨리 와주는 거 말고는
Greetings. What,
근데 보통 천천히
mortal?
도는 사람이 절로 가기
You
때문에
thought
그것도 안
of
돼.
that? That was my
갈게요.
plan.
네?
You thought of that? Very well.
일이에요?
You thought of that? Death rages. Die.
칸달이네.
That was my plan. I must hunt soon.
그거였네? 줄것 같은데?
좋네요.
Greeting.
뭐야 어떻게 잡았어?
Agreed.
저장하고 있었네.
That was my plan. Very well.
어떻게 잡았어 씨발.
That was my
너무 같은데?
very well. You thought of that? Agreed.
이걸 잡는 건 불가능한데?
That was my plan. You thought of that?
속죄 못 해주구나.
Rages. Agreed. Very well. That was my plan. I hunger. Very well. Agreed. Death rages. You thought of that?
못 해주는? 근데 왜 한 거야 이 씨발.
That was my
저기요.
plan.
에임 자식아.
Very well. Agreed.
사기당했네?
That was my
전판에
plan.
우리 팀에 사기꾼이 몇 명이었던 거야? 잠깐만 그러면은. 아 이거
That was my plan. Very well.
둘 다 빠졌다.
Agreed. That was my plan. You thought of that? Very well.
Allies' town is under
Thought of
siege.
that? Agreed. You thought of that? Agreed. You thought of that? That was my
아
plan.
림 바꿔 가겠다 얘.
Agreed. Very well. You thought of that? Agreed. That was my plan. What is it now? Very well. You thought of that? Agreed. That was my plan. Agreed. Very well. You thought of that? Agreed. Very well.
짧게 하는 거 모르겠지.
That was my plan. Very well. Death rages.
Allies' town
You
is
thought
under
of
siege.
that? Agreed. You thought of that? Agreed.
잡았네.
Very well. You thought of that? Very well.
Our allies' town is
Agreed.
under siege.
정말 좋았다.
What, mortal? You thought of that? Agreed.
한달 인생 망했네.
You thought of that? Agreed. That was my plan. Agreed. That was my plan. What is it now?
아 씨발.
Allied
you
town
thought
is
of
under
that?
siege.
Very well.
될것 같은데?
Agreed. That was my plan. Very well.
또 떠가지고. 아,
You
뭐야?
thought of
있어
that.
떠가지고.
Very well.
주원이가
Allied
커피라는
town
게
is
이거
under siege.
달달한데? 맛있게
That
먹었다
was my
교환아.
plan. I must hunt soon. Agreed. You thought of that? Very well. Agreed.
Our allied town is under siege.
That was my plan. Your soul is mine.
탑 안개 빠졌고. 뭐야?
Our hero has
What's that?
fallen.
팀에 배신자가 있어. 말도 안 돼.
The night beckons.
Our allied hero has fallen.
내 프레임은 많아거든.
That was my plan.
Our allied town is
I
under siege.
hunger. Very well. You
아,
thought of
근데 방금
that.
그냥 제 그거였어.
Very well.
이렇게 도와가고 있었는데
My plan. Very well.
이거 건드렸네. 헤드 뭐야? 고치가 사라졌어.
Agreed.
Our allied town
What?
is under siege.
That was my plan. Agreed.
뭐였지?
That was my plan. Greetings.
그 신발 브랜드 이름
Must hunt
뭐였지?
soon.
아무튼 그
What is
신발이었는데
it now?
Our allied town is under siege.
Greetings. I must hunt soon. Agreed.
가보자 가보자.
Greetings. You thought
좋은데?
그냥 1승 해서 그냥 한 손으로
was
하는
my
거
plan. Agreed.
요즘 메타가 약간 그런가?
That was my plan.
반반충 메타인가?
What is it now?
키위.
I must hunt soon. Death rages. Very well. Die.
한 달?
That was my plan. What?
내 쓸까?
Agreed.
망했다.
You thought of that?
어?
I hunger.
Our allied hero has fallen.
What is it now? Agreed. I must hunt soon.
여기와 나이스.
Rages.
뭐가 있을 것 같은데.
You thought of that? Very well.
아이고.
Greeting.
Our allied hero has fallen.
That was my plan.
그런데?
Agreed. What is it now? You thought of that? Very
Our
well.
allied town is under siege.
Must hunt soon. Die. That was my plan. You thought of that? Very well.
네?
Agreed.
아니 대성?
미쳤구만.
아니 대성배가? 케이드. 뭐야? 아니 구마가?
Our hero has fallen.
방금
Our
한타
allied
되기
town is under
뺏겨가지고
siege.
예, 5시.
Blade work. The night beckons. What, mortal? Agreed. Very well.
Our allied town is under siege.
Greetings. You thought of that? Very well. Agreed. You thought of that?
대성도
That
없긴
was
한데.
my plan. Very well. Agreed.
Our allies' town is under siege. Our
That
allies'
was my
hero has
plan.
fallen.
Very well.
아,
Thought of that. What is it now? Greetings. Very well. Thought of that. What? Agreed.
Our allies' town is under
Thought of
siege.
that.
클로 하나? 클로 하나?
Greetings. That was my
하나만 더 열기와 오마이다.
Our hero has fallen.
너무 아쉽고 하나만 잡는 거. 너무 아쉽고.
다할 것 같아.
Our allies' town is under siege.
한다.
The night beckons.
위위위위.
Must hunt soon.
됐네?
저 가고 있어요. 뇌가 없지 않나? 있긴 한데. 할수 있나? 아 여기.
Our allies'
Very
our
well.
allies' town is under
That
siege.
was my plan. I hunger. You thought of that? What, mortal?
네,
That
맞아요.
was my plan.
빼야겠는데?
Agreed.
아 이게 들어오네.
Our allies' town is under siege. Our allies' hero has fallen.
아 길이야 씨발.
Greetings. I must hunt soon. I hunger.
Our
That was
allies'
my
town is
plan.
under siege.
Rages. You thought of that?
필요한데.
What, mortal? Very well.
Our allies' town
이걸
is under
넣어드릴게.
siege.
I must hunt soon. What, mortal? Agreed. What is it now?
아 내가 이게 비주얼이야.
That was my plan. Very well. I must hunt soon. Agreed.
너 살았네.
Very well. What is it now?
Our allies' town is under siege.
막아야 되는데 이거. 어머나.
Our hero has fallen.
대박인데?
키가 뭐 전담 먹다.
Our allies' town is
열기와
under siege.
오마이다. 살리니까. 아우 힘들어. 아빠 아빠. 리판탐 해야겠다.
The night beckons.
교전만 해.
Greetings. What, mortal? You thought of that?
뭐야 이건 또.
What is it now? Greetings.
여기까지
What,
리볼 들어오네.
mortal? Greetings. What is it now?
이용.
That was my plan. Very well.
날개가
You thought of that?
뭔가 이상한데?
You thought of that? Very well. I hunger. Agreed. Very well. Greetings.
Our allies' town is under
What,
siege.
mortal? You
형이
thought of that?
잡대버렸네.
Agreed. That was my plan.
네 7시.
Agreed. That was my plan. Die. I must hunt soon.
Our allies' town is under siege.
머리 있어.
다른 이 있는데
You thought of that? That was my
혼자 이거 절대 못 막아줘.
I must hunt soon. That.
그러면 3차에서 해야 될 듯.
Greetings. What is it
Our
now?
allies' town is
That
under
was
siege.
my plan.
나 올리기. 헬스를
thought
아무나
of
해도
that?
어떻게 먹었어.
씨발.
Greetings.
Our allies' hero
I
has
must
fallen.
hunt. Greetings.
오늘
That was my plan. You thought of that? That was my plan. Very well.
흡해도 걸려요?
You thought of that?
이거 그럼 망치를 써는 게 걸리는 거야? 이거 모르겠네.
That was my plan. Great work. Agreed. That was my plan.
뭐야?
Very well.
뭐야, 이거?
Greetings.
내는 온. 내 온이긴 함.
I must hunt soon. That was my plan. You thought of that?
살아나긴 하는데 또
Our
올려나?
allies' town is under siege.
Very well.
로아서고 이제 내 온이.
네. 괜히 잠깐만 이랩
That was my plan.
12랩인가?
That was
2랩이었으면은
my
저거
plan.
2랩 가는데
Very well.
그냥 미드 갈만한가 저거? 모르겠네. 네, 믿고 가볼까요?
I must hunt soon. You thought of that? Agreed. That was my
Our
plan.
allies' town is under
Very well.
siege.
Greetings. Agreed.
뭐가
You
있으니까.
thought of that?
그냥 가던가.
Agreed.
모르겠네.
That was my plan.
이 오고 그냥 한데.
What, mortal? What is it now? You thought of that? Very well.
막으러 오나?
근데 렌이 있으니까 밀면서 막을 사람만 막고 그게 나을 것 같은데.
Our allies' town
여기,
is
여기 써요,
under
써요.
siege.
Greetings.
꿈이
What is it now?
슬랩이라.
What, mortal? I hunger. Agreed. What is it
온다
now?
온다.
Our allies' town is under siege.
You thought of that? What is it now?
진짜 써야 할 듯?
스기와 오마이다.
Death.
Allies' hero has fallen.
아,
What, mortal? I must hunt soon. That was my plan.
Allies' hero has fallen.
I hunger.
지나가고.
Death rages.
Our
thought of
allies'
that?
town is under siege.
That was my plan. You thought of that?
온다.
What, mortal? That was my plan.
Our
You thought
allies'
of
town
that?
is under siege.
Agreed.
파행이긴
You
한데
thought of that? Very well. Greetings.
내가 템이 너무 망했네.
I must hunt soon. What, mortal? That was my plan. Very well. You thought of that? That was my
좀더
plan.
멀리서 쓰면서
Greetings.
갔을 텐데.
You thought of that? What is it now? What, mortal? Very well. That was my
Our
plan.
allies' town is under siege.
Agreed. Very well.
너 립한땀 하고 갈게.
That was my plan.
이랩 좀 찍어야
Your soul is mine. Agreed.
지금 좀 해야겠다.
저기도 계신다 같은데. 이거
아래 가죠.
아래 가죠.
You thought of
왜
that?
그러시죠?
Die. You thought of that? That was my plan. What is it now? Very well. You thought of that?
걔가 좀 멀리.
웨이트 하고
That
올게요.
was my plan. Very
레벨이 너무
well.
밀려가지고 한번 먹고 오긴
Agreed.
했어.
You thought of that?
좀 써야지.
Very
지금
well.
12.5긴 한데
Agreed. I hunger.
Our allies' town is under siege.
That was
아니,
my plan. Agreed. Greetings. You thought of that? That was my plan. Agreed. Die. Very well. That was my plan.
밀어 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 밀어
I
밀어 밀어 밀어.
hunger.
Our allies' town is under siege.
I must hunt soon.
미드도 막아야 되는데.
王の軍勢アイオニオン兵隊の稲荷
That was my plan.
出場 Our
미드
allies'
밀릴 것
town is
같고.
under siege.
뭐에 어떻게 되는 거지 이게? 그러니까
비리에 너무 바로 다 만지.
1위에 그거에 다
The
떴나?
night beckons.
이제는 뜬데?
Agreed.
아 그러면은 못
That was
이기지.
my plan.
그럼 못 이기지.
What is it now? You thought of that? That was my plan. Agreed. Very well. Agreed.
네온.
Our allies'
Very
town
well.
is under
Buddy.
siege.
You thought of that? Agreed.
맵
갈
That
갈이
was
있네.
my plan.
갈은 있는데
You
1렙이라
thought of that? Greetings.
아처 없는데 이거 그냥
That was my plan.
이거 사실 자신 없었는데 밀어냈다.
아처 없으니까
What
그냥
is it
빠졌네
now?
공에.
나
Very
자신
well.
없었는데
You thought of
이거
that?
먹을 수 있나? 혼자 먹을 수 있나?
Agreed.
까비.
You thought of that?
그러면
I
구마
must hunt
들어갔으면 바로
soon.
엄마 조심해.
Greetings. That was my plan. Very well. Agreed.
아래 가세
You
말이야.
thought of that? What is it?
나 이거 먹으면 중이다.
That was my plan. Very well. That was my plan. You thought of that? Death
Good.
rages.
Our allies'
That was
town
my
is under
plan.
siege. Our forces are under attack.
I must hunt soon.
좀 되나?
Very well.
밀어봐 밀어봐. 계속 밀어봐.
Must hunt soon.
아처.
What is it?
Forces are under attack.
I hunger. You thought of that? Very well. You thought of that?
피랑 나랑 쓰면은
Our allies'
What?
hero has
Mortal.
fallen.
That was my plan.
나가야 돼.
You thought of that?
다 오는데.
아 맞다. 지금 저 텔 풀이라서
Very well.
일로 갈게요.
I hunger.
네 천천히 갈게요.
You thought of that?
이거 그냥 좀 우리 바꿔서 우리도 저거 벤이랑 구마랑 밀게 하고 우리도 여기
That was my plan.
우는 쪽으로 가야지.
Agreed.
노어 살 때까지는.
That was my plan.
내 발로 도망가? 아니?
That was my plan. Death rages.
노어 살 때까지 떠오르는 게 나을 것 같아.
I hunger. Death rages.
길이야?
I hunger. You thought of that? That was my plan. No. What is it now? Agreed.
존나 뒤에 찍었네.
여기 판다.
Our allies' town is under siege.
What is it now? Very well. You thought of that?
엘퍼 떴어. 아 그래도 안 되나?
Our hero has
할
fallen.
수 있나? 쭉 빼봐요. 여기 한타거든요? 아 이러면 안 되는데? 빗자를 해.
가려졌나?
아니 지금? 림
Our
먹자.
allies' hero has fallen.
까비. 그래도 이 정도면 존망한 거 치고 잘 됐네.
여기 사립 한번 가보실?
우리 딜 되나?
한 명이면 여기 그렇지.
나이스. 램 공템 있어요? 파르페 같은 거 있으면 됐을 수도 있겠다. 근데 헥스가 없어서 안 되지 않을까?
The night beckons. Agreed. That was my plan. Very What, mortal? That was my plan.
800초.
Greetings.
5시.
I must hunt soon. That was my plan. You thought of that? That was my plan. Very well. Agreed. You thought of that?
11 찍었다.
Very well. You thought of that? What is it now?
여기 좀
That
불안한데?
was my
아니
plan.
안 오지.
Death rages.
왔네?
Agreed.
위험해.
Very well. Agreed.
뭐, 게임은 역시 논리적이지 않다. 아세요? 이 게임은 논리적이지 않다.
What is it
이리
now?
조심하시고.
7시? 아직 나 없음. 인쇄도 없고 오시고 그냥 노공전 하자는
우리도 노공이니까. 아, 오버 있긴 하다, 우리 오버 있어. 오버 있고 생존 조립공사.
대상이 있어요.
Agreed. That was my plan.
王の軍勢アイオニオン兵隊の稲荷
What is it
No,
Hero has lost.
rages?
no, 노공전이 아니었잖아. 아니, 우리 1대2도 배신자였어.
Agreed.
씨발, 우리 1대2도 배신.
근데
That was my plan. Agreed. You thought of that. What is it now? Very well. You thought of that?
Forces are under attack.
Very well. What, mortal? I must hunt soon.
Allied hero has lost.
That was my plan. Very well. That was my plan. You thought of that?
Inventory is
이런 뻔했지.
What is it now? That was my plan. You thought of that? I must hunt soon. Agreed. Greetings. That was my plan. Very well.
발 있고. 아, 내 발이 있네.
Agreed. Very well.
다시 미드에서 건곤일척에 그걸 해볼까?
You thought of that?
해주려나?
영하
Agreed.
80초. 깨서 하고 싶긴 한데.
Very well. You thought of that?
그러니까 밖에서 해야 돼.
Agreed. Very well.
inventory is
What,
one.
mortal? I must hunt soon.
어차피 지금 미드로 가면 어차피 무조건 져서. 어디가?
What, mortal?
여기서 하자.
That was my plan.
미드라 간합시다.
Agreed. Agreed.
꿈은
Very well.
아이스텐데 대성
You thought
빼고
of that?
모르겠어.
Agreed. You thought of that?
아 그럼
Agreed.
일로. 여기서 이렇게 해서 일로 와서 위로 가자고.
I must hunt soon.
이거 보고 싶다.
What is it now?
Our allied
Inventory.
town is under siege.
That
이쪽,
was
왼쪽에
my
있어요?
plan.
착화됐고 한 달 잡을 수 있나? 아니 앞게 뭐야? 앞게 지렸어. 나 죽겠다 이거.
Town is under siege.
살아보든 살아보든.
Hero has lost.
뭐 살려줄 수 있어? 아니 이거 안티 위에서 들어가네 그냥. 빼.
You thought of that?
피 채우고 하면 될 것 같아.
That was my plan.
크다 이거.
Inventory is
Very well. You thought of that?
our allied town
못
is
믿어?
under siege.
미리 줬어?
You thought of that? That was my plan.
앵커 빠졌어요? 핵 두 개 없어? 핵 두 개 없어? 빼자. 대성인데?
Allied town
That's
is
it.
under siege.
Agreed. I hunger. That was my plan.
아니 엄청 노릴 쓰네.
Soul is mine.
훨씬 노린 거지.
Town is under siege.
You thought of that? What?
잡았어.
That was my plan. Greetings.
안돼 그만둬 이 녀석들.
That was my plan.
Allied town
속보 개식 속보 위에 대략 지킴.
Agreed.
개식 속보 위에 대략 지킴. 따라만 해.
Very well.
이거 빨고.
Agreed. What?
王の軍勢アイオニオン兵隊の稲荷
저기 가는 중.
What is is it now? I hunger. Your soul. That was my
공 많이 빼긴 했는데 살아보 괜찮았죠. 살아봐 살아봐.
로 한번 해볼까?
이길 수 있나? 아니었던 것 같은데. 아니 왜 생각해도 각이 안 나오는데.
아비 이렇게 언덕 올라올 때 바로 했으면 잡았을 것 같기도 하고. 로아 없음. 이번에 나오면 진짜 가야 이겨야 돼. 이게 괜찮을걸요? 바로 가야
The night
이거 하면 안 될 것 같은데.
beckons. Very
비켜 아 비켜봐 아니 씨발.
that was my plan. What? Very well. Agreed. What is it now? Very well. Greetings.
놀아라.
What is it now?
카우가 안 깨지긴 했네.
I must hunt soon.
야마로 해볼까요? 다시?
오버에서 야마
그러니까 오버 야마로 해봅시다 다시.
Very well.
렌 바로 탈자고.
Allies' town is under siege.
Thought of that.
아 바로 아니 이거 살아난 다음에 잡고 오세요.
What is it now?
텔 풀릴
Very
거입니다.
well. Agreed. Very well.
Our allies' town
Okay,
is
okay.
under siege.
나도 가는 게 낫나?
Must hunt soon.
릴텐데?
Agreed. That was my plan.
뭐가 안 깔리나? 위치?
Greetings.
모를 수가 있나?
Our allies' town
근데 우리 물검이 있어.
What?
여기와
Death rages.
합천 잡았거든?
Very well. That was my plan.
Our allies' hero has fallen.
What?
Allies' hero has
Must hunt soon. Thought of that? That was my plan.
Our
You
allies'
thought of
hero has
that?
fallen.
Greetings. Die.
Our allies'
I
town is under
hunger.
siege.
Very well. That was my
이게
plan.
아마랑 같이 점프를 했을 것 같은데 뭔가
That was
이상하게
my
됐는데.
plan. You thought of that? Very well.
나는 낮춰봤고
What is it now?
유수를 보면 안 됐음.
Our allies'
I
town
must
is under
hunt
siege.
soon. Agreed.
그래서 처음에 유수 보다가 어차피 이거 드레스 못 녹여. 갈 없으면은.
Greetings.
아니 근데 그래도 너무
Forces are under attack. Our allies' town is under siege.
Agreed. I hunger.
Under siege. Our hero has fallen. Our allies' hero has fallen.
얼음이 탔고
6시간.
근데 한 개를 못 껴봐. 한 개도 못 깼네. 땡간도 막아내야 되나?
Our allies' town is under siege.
안티는 왜 안 먹는 거예요? 꿀이었어요?
아니죠.
그러니까 아무 생각이 아니었어. 아니 근데 실수가 아니라 아까부터 계속 안 먹던데? 안티를 먹고 푸는 거지. 또. 못 던지겠습니다. 뇌도 1분 남았는데 어떡하지?
The night.
뭔가 봐도 솔직히
Allied
무서워
town
지금.
is under
You
siege.
thought of that. One mortal.
빼네?
Very well.
나 자신
You
없는데.
thought of that.
10시.
이거 하고 와야 되는데.
That was my plan.
Allied town is under siege.
I must hunt soon.
피니가
That was
보고
my plan.
야마로 해보고.
Very
아
well.
모르겠다.
You thought of that. That was my
그러면
plan.
이제 위가야 할 것 같은데.
You thought of that. Agreed. That was my plan.
왜 아직 없어요?
Greeting.
나 뒤로 간다.
Very well. That was my plan.
야, 나 존나 먼데?
王の軍勢アイオニオン兵隊の稲荷
What is it now? That. That
내가 아예 존나 멀쩡
plan.
했어.
Agreed. That was my plan. Very well.
Our hero has fallen.
거기 달려가지고.
야, 나도 그림 없어. 아니, 그 나 있을 때 차라리 물어봐줘. GC자. 아, 네, 감사합니다.